Hi guys, I've actually tried to start the video a couple of times, but every time I would talk, Joe would kind of go crazy. We are filming on location today. We're actually in my bedroom. Yeah, so I'm doing a wine and wine. I'm drinking these little barefoot hard seltzer water things. I actually have you guys taped to a Jenga box, you know, because I'm so professional and YouTube famous now. So yeah, happy 4th of July. I'm recording this on 4th of July. We weren't able to go anywhere. I live in Florida, so they closed all of the beaches for coronavirus, obviously. And so yeah, so they closed the beaches for 4th of July. The beaches have been open before then. I've been a couple times, but yeah, they're closed for 4th of July weekend because usually where I live, we go to the beach. They always do like fireworks every year on the beach, like at night, and it's really pretty. So people spend the whole day at the beach, laying out, having food, having drinks, whatever, having a good time. And then once it gets dark, like around 8 o'clock or whatever, they would there would be a boat out way, you know, way far out, and they would actually shoot off huge fireworks, and they were so pretty. And this is the first year that they haven't done it. I mean, maybe they've done it, you know, canceled it before, but this is the first year that I can remember. Anyways, so yeah, so since the beaches are closed, we're just hanging out at home. Yeah, and where I live, our HOA, we're not allowed to do fireworks because we live in a condo. We have a condo, so yeah, they're not allowed to do fireworks. But what we do is we usually walk around the block, you know, take Joe for a walk, and then we'll kind of pick a spot, and then we can see the fireworks around us. You know, there's still like communities and stuff like that. They do fireworks. So, which sucks because the apartment that we lived in before this, especially like New Year's and all that stuff, like whenever there was fireworks, like say I was working or whatever, and you know, we weren't able to go, usually when I would get out of work, I would go home and we would take like a blanket or something, and we'd go out into this field, and we would take Joe, and we would sit, and we had like the perfect view of fireworks. Like they would be going all around us, and we would have Joe out there, you know, he'd just be walking around. We wouldn't have him on a leash. And we would just sit there and watch the fireworks for like an hour or so, and nobody would be around us. Like, I mean, we would be just alone, and we would just sit in this field on a blanket and just like enjoy the fireworks. But we moved into this condo now, so there's nowhere really to go to where we could see it, so we have to walk like a little bit. But that's fine too, you know. The last video I posted was like 45 minutes long, and I felt like kind of bad. I had recorded for like a little over an hour, and I was like, I don't know if I should post it or not. It's kind of long, so I, you know, obviously I edited it a little bit. Oh God. I edited it a little bit. So I took off like 15 minutes of it, but it was still a pretty long vlog, or still a pretty long video. So yeah, just hanging out at home. I don't know how people feel about the long videos. I like watching long videos. There's this guy who I watch on here, and this kid, his name is Stephen Hill, and his videos are like hour and a half sometimes, and I will sit there and listen to it, listen to every single word of it. He's the sweetest kid. Peter Mon actually shouted him out, and it's just so, he's just like the sweetest, nicest kid ever. And with all the like YouTube beauty community drama that's going on, I think we just need like a breath of fresh air. We just need something new, something different. And I think especially us as viewers, we liked these smaller YouTubers, and as they grew like more popular and more famous, I think we stopped being people and we turned more into views. So we stopped being people and we were more of a number. And I feel like they never really responded to people in the comments. They never gave any of they never really gave people recognition. And what I love right now, and I've been subscribing to a lot of smaller YouTube channels that I've been obsessed with now, and I love that connection. Like, I love it. I love being able to comment on somebody's video or sending them a message or leaving them, you know, any kind of, that's my boyfriend, he's on the phone. But yeah, I miss that connection. I feel like I miss being a part of a conversation. Like right now, these videos are getting like millions of views, so you just fade into being a number. Like, yeah, you'll get a like here and there, but it's like you stop being a person and you become a number. So I just miss that connection, you know. I feel like now it's just all about the numbers, and I think we lose sight of like reality in a way. Well, they do, at least. I just love that we've built this little community now. It's between me and a couple other people who have made either started up YouTube channels, or I started them up, made videos, you know, picked it up, because I stopped doing YouTube for a while and I just didn't really feel all that motivated to do it, because I don't know, I felt like I was just a small little speck in such a huge community, and it was like, what am I doing this for? And then at the end of the day, you know, I realized that I was doing it for me. I like having somewhere where I can talk, and just having somewhere and someone out there, even if it's just like one person to say something. And I actually mentioned a viewer of mine, her name is JB, and I shouted her out in another one of my videos. So hey, but she never stopped watching. She watched, and even when I didn't post in 8 months, she commented on an old video of mine and was like, where are you? Like, I miss you. I hope everything's okay. Like, what? Like, I was like, that is so incredibly beyond sweet. Like, she's just such a sweet person, and it's those little things that made me miss it. And I didn't even realize that she commented on my video, because I just left my YouTube. I just stopped watching, but she had commented on it like a month ago, and she's just so sweet. And then I was like, that's like one person, and one person is interested in hearing what I have to say and spending time with me, even though I don't really think I'm that interesting of a person. My life is not exciting, you know. I don't have crazy stories to talk about, but I mean, someone was interested, and that meant a lot to me. And I see her comment on other smaller YouTube videos, smaller YouTubers videos, and it's so exciting, and it's so amazing that you find a connection with these people. And it's not just with me. You see them have connection with other people. And when I read her comments on like other people's videos, I'm like, oh my God, there she is. You know, I have a face to the name. She's not just a number. She's a person, and she's so sweet, and she comments on videos, and she's always so positive. And, you know, for her to even like comment on an old video of mine, wondering where I was, is just like insane and incredible. And when I look at like smaller YouTubers and their videos, and I go through their comments, I feel like they're like real people. And then you think about like when you go to these bigger YouTubers and you watch them, like all you hear them talk about is like, oh, they're bots, they're bots, they're bots, you know, like people who set up fake YouTube accounts or whatever, and you know, just that kind of stuff. Like, it's just crazy. And when I see how some people when they get bigger, we're just numbers. And I love, love that Stephen Hill. Ooh, I didn't realize I was like looking up to this guy, but I didn't realize, well, I love that Stephen Hill goes through his comments and reads them in his videos. And Philly Younghorse, which I recently started watching too, she reads through her comments and she reads her videos. And when she read one of my comments, I was like, oh my God, you know, I felt so special. And then the same thing with Stephen Hill. He read my comments and I felt so special. I actually tweeted him a picture of me. I was cleaning and I had him playing on my TV in my living room, and I was cleaning, going about my day and just listening to him in the background. And I sent him a picture, and it was of him on the TV with my dog. You know, my dog is in the picture. And then he showed it in one of his videos, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, I feel so special that, and you know, and he messaged me back and on Twitter. And then later that day, his videos are like so long, which I love. I love that his videos are like an hour and a half long, because you watch some of these other YouTubers and the videos are like 10-15 minutes long. And it's like, ugh, I get it. You guys are like super busy, but as viewers, well, at least me, I like watching longer videos because I feel like I get more time to kind of try to like relate to them in a way. But their videos are usually like 20 minutes long, and the whole first half of the video is like sponsored by blah, 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 blah. So it's like watching a commercial, then watching the ads, and then watching the video. And then it's just like a lot. And so I love that we have like this smaller community, and I love that it's just like us. And I feel like, especially now, it's just so positive. And then you go into some of the comment sections of these other bigger YouTubers, and they're just like dragging them through the mud. Like, no matter what it is, they could be like, my favorite color is purple. Oh, I can't believe you like purple. Da, 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 you know, and it goes off. And it's like crazy. And then like the smaller YouTube channels that I've been following, like, it's so positive and so refreshing. Like, I really wish that Peter Mon would, like, I left him a comment and a bunch of people, or I tweeted him, or I've been on Twitter for a little while. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Like, it's still a little confusing to me, but I'm pretty sure I tweeted him. I like either tweeted him or left a comment or something on it. And I put on there like, hey, I hope that you know that you inspired a bunch of us smaller people to either pick up our channels back up or actually start a YouTube. And a couple people liked it. I think it was like maybe like 10 people liked it. And I was like, oh God, I wish he could like see what he's done. Like, I wish he could see that he shouted out Stephen Hill, and then it's like a domino effect. I picked up my channel. Philly Younghorse started her channel. Nervous Nickel started a channel. Like, it was like everybody started a channel, and everybody was like, you know, we were nervous about our first YouTube video, and we didn't know what to talk about, and we didn't know what to say. We didn't know, you know, what was off limits or on limits, or what was safe to talk about. Like, it was just a lot. So I wish he could see how he's inspired an entirely new community. And I love that, like, everybody's videos are just a little bit different. Like, some people are just sitting and talking. Some people, you know, are doing story time. Some people are just talking about their life. Some people are just doing like get to know me type things. Like, it's just crazy, like, how he started this entire community that he probably doesn't even know that, like, how incredible he is and what he's done, because he gets like hundreds of thousands of comments. And like, so I could see how it's so hard for people to fall through the cracks, but for him to even notice one person, and that one person notice somebody else and inspire somebody else, and then just like a domino effect. And I love our community. I love the part of the community that I feel like I'm a part of a little bit. And I love that I feel like I have a connection to these people. Like, I really do. Like, I commented on Philly Younghorse's video, and she read my comment, and I was like so giddy about it. And The same thing with Stephen Hill and Nervous Nickel. She has a channel, and it literally feels like if I'm just talking to a friend. Like, literally, if I was just talking to a friend. And like, Joe's so silly. It's just like so refreshing. Like, you know, you see so many drama videos and you see these like problematic people. I mean, and when you think about it, like, they all started off small. Everybody starts off small. And then it's like you shoot off like a rocket, and then it's like, now what? You know? Like, I'm sure it's incredibly hard to try to give every single person a little piece of attention or comment back to every single person. Because if they sat there and commented back to every single person, they would never do another video. They would just sit there. But some people don't even acknowledge it. Like, I watch another YouTuber. His name is Luscious Massacre. He's super funny too. And I leave comments on his videos all the time. And I always get a like. And he has a lot of followers. And he always goes through his comments and gives people likes. Like, all the time. And that just feels like, it just feels good, because it's like, he read my message. He acknowledged me. He didn't just leave the message, the comment section in cobwebs, you know? He acknowledges you, and that just makes a difference. So it makes a difference to me, at least. And I don't ever really know what to post in like my description or whatever. So I always just write like, sitting down talking, enjoy, you know. I feel like I sound so silly sometimes, but I will, oh, I'm trying to open this can. I'll leave some of the channels that I'm talking, well, I'll leave the channels that I'm talking about linked below if I remember. And oh my God, I feel so special. I feel so official. So yeah, I just like sitting and talking sometimes, and I love makeup. But, you know, that's not my entire life. I love a lot of different things. Like I said in my last video, if you guys watched it, I like a lot of different things. And like, what worried me is like, well, if I do a video on this, people are not really going to be interested in it. But it's like, I want to make a video on it because I'm interested in it. Like, it's something that I'm interested in at the time. And like, say I'm interested in one thing, and then in like a month, I'm over it, you know? I feel like if I posted something that I was interested in, unless I kept up with it, people wouldn't want to watch. But then I realized, like, it's not about who's watching. Like, I just enjoy creating. I think that's what I like. Like, I like recording a video and then editing it and then making something, you know, and then I upload it, and then I see people in the comment section, or I see that people are watching. I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. Because even if like one person watches, it makes a difference. It really does make a difference, because I feel like I created something and somebody took time out of their day. Even if they just watched a minute of it, they took 1 minute out of their day and dedicated it to watching this video, or a video, any one of my videos, or anybody else's videos. And I know people are probably just like, oh, well, it's just YouTube. Like, you just talk and you upload it. But it's like you're creating something, you know? I've been really into gardening, like, as of like the last week or so. So I have a bunch of plants, and I definitely want to do like a plant tour, or like record me propagating or just talking about plants. But I don't want to sound stupid, because I just started planting, or I just started getting into gardening like a week or two ago. But I've been like on a high kick with it. And like, the thing that my boyfriend always says is like, you find something that you like, don't drop it, like, keep up with it. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to keep up with it. You know, I really miss doing YouTube. And I told him that all the time, that I miss doing YouTube. And I was like, I just don't know what to talk about. Like, I don't want to buy makeup. Like, I don't want my channel to just be about makeup. I didn't want to put myself in any one box. And he was like, just make it about you. Like, and like, isn't that the point? Like, you make it about you. Like, I feel like if people have like channels and stuff, yeah, they're like a makeup channel, or they're like a vlogging channel or whatever, but it's like, you don't have to put yourself in one category. Like, there's like so many categories, and I see them all the time on YouTube. Even they're like gaming or, you know, whatever. And I don't want to be in any one category. And I felt like if I was going to do YouTube, I would kind of have to like make a decision. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to be beauty? Are you going to be vlogging? Are you going to be whatever? And so I was like, I love makeup. I'll do makeup. But then like, the more that I did it, I was like, I do like doing makeup. Like, I love doing my makeup. Like, it's very therapeutic for me, and it's like a process. So I didn't want it to be just that. I wanted it to be other things. Like, I wanted to do some vlogging. I wanted to do just a little bit of everything. But I felt like if I chose one thing, I would have to stay in that one thing. And then I was like, I don't want to buy every single little piece of makeup that comes out, because there's some stuff that doesn't interest me. But then I'm like, okay, well, my viewers are going to want to see it. So now what? You know? So I don't know. It was just really difficult. Joe is fast asleep. I don't know if you can see him there. Joe, he's knocked out. Right now, I'm obsessed with the Chromatica album. Oh my God, don't even get me started. I hear, like, my boyfriend must be so sick of it by now. I've been listening to it almost nonstop since the album came out, and I'm obsessed. Obsessed. The only song that I don't like, not that I don't like the song, I don't like the song with Elton John in it. It's not that I don't like that song. I don't like his part of the song. I feel like he seemed really forced to like sing it or something. Like, maybe he agreed to it, but he never thought that she would hold him up to that agreement. And then she did. And then it's like, okay, well, I have to pull something out of my ass now. No pun intended, but now when I meet Elton John and Lady Gaga together, and since I'm going to be YouTube famous and he watched my YouTube, he might not like me. Yeah, get real. So anyways, so yeah, I've been obsessed with the Chromatica album, and we actually, we went and saw the SpaceX launch. I live in Florida, so we were only about 2 hours away from the SpaceX launch, and we actually went to go see it. I mean, I was in a cast from like my toes to like right below my knee, and I was like hobbling around because we just really wanted to see SpaceX launch. I've seen space shuttle launches. I used to see them all the time as a kid, you know, with school and stuff. They would take us there, and my boyfriend has never seen one. He's from Indiana, so a lot of the stuff that we have here is like, that's not so exciting to me, is still exciting to him, you know. And so we went to go see it, and I really wanted to see it because it was like an important launch. It was like, I don't know, it was just really special. It's just like every time that I would see a space shuttle launch, it just makes you realize how small you are and how insignificant problems that you have are. Why am I like tearing up? I'm like tearing up, but it just makes you realize how small you are and how unimportant small issues are. Like, do we really need to be like fighting each other? Do we really need to be at war with one another when there's an entire universe? Like, I see this thing all the time, and I always like wonder, but I definitely believe in aliens. There's like no way that this universe is a million, billion, trillion light years away, and who knows how big and how old. And I just find it very hard to believe that we're the only living things in the world. Not even in the world, in the universe. So, I always think like, you know, if there was ever any type of like, how do I say, if there was any type of like alien attack type thing, I think then it would be more important for us to work as a group together, if that makes sense. I don't know. I think that if there was something like that, it would make us realize how insignificant these problems that we have with other countries are. It's like, oil, land, money, you know, stuff like that. It would make it seem so insignificant, and it would really bring us together. And I'm really into like UFOs and like aliens and stuff like that. And my boyfriend showed me a picture or a video of like some UFO that they spotted in Miami, which we're about an hour, no, not even an hour. We're like maybe 45 minutes to an hour away from Miami, and we're like 2 hours from Orlando. And yeah, he showed me this video, and I actually watched, this is gonna be sounds so stupid, but if you've ever seen any of my other videos, I think I just talked about it once. So I watched this channel called Apex TV, and it's like about time travelers, right? So they interview like different time travelers and things like that. And so they mention, oh my God, that was a really big burp. So they mentioned something about like in 2020 we'll see more like UFOs and stuff. And then he showed me that, and I have been hearing a little bit more of like what's it called? I've been hearing more about it, and the what's it called? I saw something on like CNN where they like confirmed UFOs or whatever, and I think it's so weird. Like I mean, we have to be getting ready for something, right? Because they just made the Space Force, right? So it's like the Army, the Marines, the Navy, what is it? The Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard? Not Coast Guard. Is that a thing? Anyways, so we have all these branches of military, and they just added Space Force. Like, what? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I think it's really cool, you know, but it's just, it's silly. Not silly, but it's just like, what are we getting ready for? And like, when you think about it, I have a feeling within the next, I think in our lifetime, you know, visiting space is going to be very commercialized. I mean, I don't think everybody's going to be able to afford it. You know, obviously it's going to be like super crazy expensive. But I mean, Elon Musk did the thing like with the SpaceX launch. They launched it out. What is this? Oh, Twitter notification. They launched it out, and the thing they launched it out on actually like came back down, because like the whole thing with the space with like space shuttle launches is like how much they waste. And so I guess Elon Musk was able to figure out a way for it to like shoot off into space and then come back and land. Like whatever shot it out into space came back and landed. But if you guys ever get like a chance to like see a space shuttle launch, I mean, it's insane. Like where we were standing, it's in Cape Canaveral. So where we were standing was, you know, because it's on its own little island. So we were like on a bridge. There's like a bridge where you're allowed to stand. So there was hundreds of people. Maybe I'll put in a little clip. Because I think I have a couple videos of like how many people, like they had like military guys out there with like huge guns, like all standing out there. But it's such an incredible experience, and it's like, it's a really incredible experience. Every time that I go and I see one, I'm always like shook the house down boots. I'm always like, it's just magical every single time. I mean, I'm pretty sure that sounds so lame, but it really is something magical to see that, like, that's it. They're gone. They're not here anymore. They're in space. You know, I can't even imagine what the first space shuttle launch must have been like. It must have been insane. Which I have a whole theory on, like, landing on the moon thing. Like, I think that we've landed on the moon, like during the whole like space race thing, right? I think it was like us, Russia, and it wasn't China or Japan. I don't remember. But I know for sure it was like us and the Russians. So it was like the space race. I'm pretty sure if you're from America, you've heard of it, whatever. They do documentaries on it all the time. So I honestly believe that we were not the first people on the moon, okay? I think we've been on the moon, but I don't think that we're the first people that have been on the moon. I think we might have, you know, fudged the numbers a little bit because Russia was definitely far ahead of us. Like they had like shot somebody into space or things into space and stuff like that. But I think we've been on the moon, but I think the first moon landing that they did was a little sketchy. I mean, I don't know for sure, you know, who am I? But I think we've been on the moon, but we may have like fudged the numbers a little bit. You know, even then it's like so crazy that, okay, we want to be on the moon so bad, right? JFK dies. And then Marilyn Monroe, she died before JFK, obviously. But like her whole thing was like, oh, he told me stuff about the moon. He told me stuff about aliens. He told me like all these like crazy things. So he had her killed. And then he died. And it's like, that's so crazy. Like, wait, did we land on the moon before or after him? I think he announced the whole space race thing. But as far as like going to the moon, I can't remember if that was before or after him. I've been talking for 1 hour, 1 minute, and 1 second. So yeah. This is a good chit chat. It was fun. So, happy 4th of July. I'm not going to be posting this on 4th of July whenever I post this, but I hope you guys had a safe and healthy and happy 4th of July. We're just hanging out at home, me, Joe, and my boyfriend. Thank God Joe's not scared of fireworks. Like, I hear of like dogs who are like petrified of like fireworks and thunder. Joe could give two shits, like, at all. Like, he doesn't like, obviously he doesn't like being close to fire. Like, if I'm lighting a candle or something and I like flick the lighter, he's like on edge. But he really doesn't care. Like, if there's a candle burning, he's like, whatever, like, deuces, I don't care, not that big a deal. So I'm like really glad that he's not like crazy about like fireworks or like loud noises or anything like that. So yeah, I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys.